There is a silent rhythm that moves through the universe, one that does not concern itself with labels but with essence. Before we speak of twin flames or soulmates, we must enter the stillness that lies beneath those words. This is not a conversation of definitions. It is an unveiling of vibrations, of energies that echo through lifetimes and stretch beyond memory. From the moment we are born, we begin seeking. We seek connection, resonance, the feeling of being truly seen. Sometimes this desire wears the face of longing. Other times it manifests as a pull towards someone who feels inexplicably familiar. But underneath the form, beneath the stories we tell ourselves, lies a deeper question. Who is truly walking beside me on this sacred path of awakening? In the teachings of Weiss, there is an insistence on remembrance, a quiet returning to what the soul already knows. Through his explorations of past lives and regressions, he brings light to the subtle threads that link us to others across time. These threads are not random. They are woven by intention, by karmic resonance, by a purpose that surpasses logic. So what, then, is a soulmate? And what is a twin flame? Are these titles meant to comfort us or to challenge us? A soulmate arrives like a gentle tide, familiar, nurturing, supportive. The bond flows easily, marked by mutual growth and emotional safety. With a soulmate, there is harmony, yes, but also a sacred collaboration. These are the ones who have walked with us before and will walk with us again. They come to remind us of who we are when we forget. But a twin flame, that is another vibration entirely. The encounter is not soft, nor is it always kind. A twin flame does not come to soothe, but to awaken. Like a mirror held too close, they reflect both the light and the shadow within us. They challenge every illusion, every false identity. In their presence, the ego trembles and the soul begins to burn. Weiss often speaks of healing through reconnection, not only with others, but with the soul's memory of itself. And in that light, twin flames are not romantic fantasies. They are accelerators of evolution. When you meet your twin flame, it is not to complete you. It is to dismantle the walls that kept you from your essence. The journey between twin flames is often turbulent, full of separations and reunions. But each departure is an invitation to turn inward. Each return is a deeper merging, not with the other, but with the self. And yet these terms, twin flame, soulmate, are only pointers. They are maps, not the terrain. The true question is not what someone is to you, but who you become in their presence. Does your heart open? Do your fears dissolve? Do you remember more of your soul? Labels serve the mind, but the soul speaks in vibration. As we continue, allow yourself to let go of needing certainty. Feel instead. Listen. There is a knowing within you that does not require words. Trust that. Let's begin this inner journey, not as a quest for answers, but as a remembering, a return. If these words touched your soul, subscribe to the channel and click on the video that just appeared on your screen. It was chosen especially for you. I know you'll love it. There is a tenderness in the presence of a soulmate that defies logic. It's not about how long you've known them in this life. It's the feeling of already knowing. Like meeting a part of yourself that had been wandering outside of time. The recognition is instant, quiet, and undeniable. Weiss teaches that soulmates are often members of our soul group, beings who incarnate with us again and again, playing different roles, all in service of our spiritual evolution. A mother in one life may return as a lover in the next. A child may reappear as a friend. Each encounter is deliberate, each bond sacred. The soul does not judge by form or familiarity. It moves through lifetimes, remembering only vibration. When you meet a soulmate, you feel that vibration reawaken. It's as if an invisible chord between you starts to hum again. You don't need to build trust. It's already there, encoded into the frequency of your connection. These relationships bring growth without destruction. Soulmates support our healing, not by rescuing us, but by standing beside us as we transform. They don't provoke chaos. They offer clarity. Their role is not to mirror your wounds, but to hold the light steady as you face them. Often, the journey with a soulmate feels like coming home. There is comfort, ease, a deep emotional safety. But that does not mean the journey is without challenge. Soulmates too trigger growth, but it is growth born from nourishment, not from rupture. Some come briefly, others remain. The duration doesn't determine their significance. A soulmate may appear for a single conversation that shifts your inner compass forever. Another may walk beside you for decades, teaching you the constancy of love through the mundane. What matters is the shift they inspire within. In Weiss's regressions, people often recall lifetimes shared with the same souls, reliving scenes of love, loss, sacrifice, and reunion. These moments are not coincidental. They are orchestrations of the soul's desire to learn and to heal. And so, soulmates are not accidents. They are echoes of past harmonies returning to assist your unfolding. What defines a soulmate is the energy exchange. It feels like alignment, not dependency. It is not about completion, but resonance. With them, you are reminded of your strength, not your lack. They witness your becoming and love you through it. Still, we must be careful not to romanticize. Not every deep connection is a soulmate. The test lies in vibration, not intensity. A soulmate feels like expansion, not constriction. Even in moments of pain, there is clarity and growth. You feel more yourself in their presence, not smaller, not lost. In a world obsessed with finding the one, soulmates teach us that love is not rare. It is vast and multidimensional. The universe is generous with connection when we are open. When we release the grasping and begin to trust the flow, soulmates appear not as fantasies fulfilled, but as partners in awakening. They come to whisper truths we have forgotten, to hold us when we cannot hold ourselves, to walk with us just long enough until we can walk alone. And then, sometimes, they stay. Not to complete you, but to remind you that you were never incomplete. This is the grace of the soulmate. A meeting not of halves, but of wholes. Two beings remembering each other across the silence of time, not to fix, but to recognize. Let us carry this wisdom forward, not as a craving for someone outside of us, but as an invitation to honor the soul's memory within. To speak of twin flames is to speak of intensity, of the kind of encounter that leaves no part of the self untouched. It is not a romance in the ordinary sense. It is an initiation, a crucible of transformation. When you meet your twin flame, something ancient within you begins to tremble, not from fear, but from recognition. Weiss reminds us that not all connections are meant to be easy. Some are designed to awaken us by unsettling the foundations of who we thought we were. The twin flame is this kind of soul. They don't enter your life to walk beside you in peace, but to shatter the illusions that keep you from your essence. The twin flame mirrors the totality of your being, light and shadow, love and fear, wholeness and fragmentation. In their gaze, you see the parts of yourself you have denied. In their presence, you feel both expansion and collapse. They are not here to make you feel safe. They are here to make you real. Unlike soulmates whose energy is harmonizing, twin flames often come with turbulence. The intensity of the bond is undeniable, magnetic, and often disorienting. There is a pull that defies logic, a gravitational force that binds two souls through lifetimes of karmic momentum. The connection is sacred, but rarely simple. This is not dysfunction. This is sacred friction. The purpose of the twin flame is to catalyze awakening, to ignite the fire of remembrance so fiercely that everything false burns away. And yes, that fire may hurt. But within it, the soul is reborn. The journey with a twin flame often unfolds in stages: recognition, union, separation, inner transformation, and sometimes reunion. But the goal is not the reunion itself. The goal is evolution. Each phase is orchestrated to strip away egoic attachment and invite divine alignment. During separation, the pain can be excruciating, but it is also sacred. It is during this time that the deepest healing occurs. Each soul is called to look within, to face the wounds that block love, to reclaim sovereignty. The twin flame does not save you. They show you that you are your own salvation. Weiss teaches that healing is not always about returning to the other. Sometimes it is about returning to yourself. Twin flames serve this sacred return. They push us beyond dependency, beyond fantasy, beyond illusion. They ask us to stand in the fire and find our truth, and when the healing has unfolded, when the soul has integrated what it came to learn, reunion may occur, but it will not be the same. It will not be clinging or grasping. It will be two whole beings meeting again, not to complete, but to co-create. Still, we must be honest. Not every twin flame reunion happens in this lifetime, and that is not a tragedy. It is divine timing. The twin flame journey is not measured by outcome, but by inner transformation. Even if the physical paths diverge, the soul has been changed forever. So how do you know if someone is your twin flame? You don't know with the mind, you feel it in the soul. It is not comfort, it is awakening, not ease but revelation. A mirror so precise, so unrelenting that it forces you to remember who you truly are. This is the alchemy of the twin flame, the holy fire that destroys illusion, that breaks and remakes, that burns until only truth remains. Let yourself breathe into this mystery. Let go of the need to label. What matters is not what we call it, but what it makes of us. There comes a point on the path where the need for labels dissolves, where the terms twin flame and soulmate begin to fall away like leaves in autumn. What remains is not the name of the bond, but its vibration, its ability to awaken, to soften, to open what had long been closed. The soul is not concerned with terminology. It seeks resonance, it seeks remembrance, and most of all, it seeks wholeness, not as something to be found in another, but as something to be revealed within. Weiss speaks often of the soul's journey across many lifetimes, not as a linear path, but as a spiral. We revisit the same lessons through different forms, refining our awareness, peeling back the layers. In this spiral of awakening, we meet souls who act as catalysts, mirrors, companions. The form they take matters less than the truth they awaken. Whether we call them soulmates or twin flames, the essence is the same. They come when we are ready to see ourselves. The danger lies in fixation, in turning a sacred connection into an obsession. The moment we grasp, we fall out of alignment. The soul's wisdom becomes eclipsed by the mind's longing. We forget that these beings are not here to give us something. We are here to remember something through them. True spiritual connection is not marked by intensity alone. It is marked by transformation. Does the connection lead you deeper into presence? Does it strip away the false self? Does it call you to live more truthfully, more courageously? And more importantly, do you still honor your path, even if the other does not walk beside you? This is where many falter. In the pain of separation, we mistake absence for failure. But not all sacred connections are meant to stay. Some arrive only to unlock a door within us. Once opened, their physical presence becomes less important than what they left behind. The echo of awakening. A twin flame may leave, and yet your soul may expand. A soulmate may pass, and still your heart may bloom. The purpose of these encounters is not possession, it is evolution. As Weiss often reminds us, the soul chooses its experiences. Before we arrive in these bodies, we make agreements, with people, with patterns, with pain, and with joy. We agree to meet, to grow, to teach, to release. And when the time comes, we fulfill those agreements, not always in ways the ego understands, but always in ways the soul recognizes. To walk this path is to surrender, to trust the unseen architecture of your journey. To know that every connection, every loss, every moment of unbearable beauty or pain is part of a much greater design, crafted not by chance, but by consciousness. So let us stop asking, is this my twin flame, or is this my soulmate? Let us ask instead, what is this connection asking of me? What is it revealing? Where is it guiding me within myself? In that inquiry, we find freedom. Because the truth is this, the deepest relationship you will ever have is with your own soul. All others reflect that inner state. When you love yourself fully, the world begins to mirror that love. When you remember who you are, the right souls appear, not to complete you, but to celebrate your remembering. And in that space, love ceases to be a search. It becomes a state of being. A field in which everything sacred already resides. When all the stories fall away, when the ache, the ecstasy, the questions and the names dissolve, what remains is the mirror, silent, unflinching, sacred. This is what each true connection offers us, if we dare to see. Not a promise, not a possession, but a reflection of the divine within. Whether through the steady warmth of a soulmate or the consuming fire of a twin flame, love calls us not to another, but to ourselves. Weiss often speaks of healing as remembrance, and in the presence of these sacred bonds, we remember. Not just who the other is, but who we are beyond fear, beyond time, beyond identity. We remember that the soul was never broken, only buried. And that love, true unfiltered love, is the great unearthing. In that mirror we meet our shadows and our light. We see the beauty we had long forgotten. We feel the pain we tried so hard to outrun. We remember that both are necessary, that no awakening is clean, that no transformation is without rupture. Yet somehow we survive, we soften, we open. Not because the other completes us, but because they remind us of the wholeness we had always carried. And so, the purpose of these connections becomes clear, not to secure love, but to become it, not to hold another tightly, but to walk alongside them with reverence, not to be chosen, but to choose again and again to live from the soul, regardless of who walks with us. The soul doesn't measure in years or labels. It recognizes vibration, it listens for resonance, it seeks evolution, and sometimes love means letting go. Not out of loss, but from trust. Trust that what was sacred can never truly be lost. Trust that what was awakened will continue to bloom, even in the quiet soil of absence. This is the paradox of soul love. It breaks us, yet makes us whole. It empties us, yet leaves us overflowing. It arrives without warning and departs without promise, yet its imprint is eternal. So whether you are standing in the fire of a twin flame or resting in the gentle arms of a soulmate, ask yourself, what is this love revealing? What truth is it pulling forth from within me? What part of myself am I ready to reclaim? Because in the end, the real gift is not the other. It is what the other awakens. We do not journey to find someone who makes us feel worthy. We journey to remember that we already are. And when we know this, when we embody it, the right souls come. Not to rescue, not to fix, not to fill, but to reflect, to grow, to walk with us in sacred recognition. This is love as a spiritual path, a mirror, a fire, a home. And if these words touched your soul, subscribe to the channel and click on the video that just appeared on your screen. It was chosen especially for you. I know you'll love it.